at 60 and beyond, there is a real difference between a man who wants your heart and a man who has quietly measured your home, and knowing that difference is how you keep both your peace and your worth. If you believe our later years can be strong, peaceful, and full of worth, subscribe and walk this road with us. Now, let me speak to you plainly, the way an old friend would over a warm cup of coffee. After you lose a husband or walk away from a marriage that wore you down, a little attention can feel like sunlight on your face for the first time in years. Someone notices you again. Someone lingers. And oh, it is tempting to hush that small, quiet doubt in your chest, to tell yourself you're just being silly. But listen to me. That doubt is not bitterness. That quiet knowing in your chest is wisdom, earned over a lifetime. And today, we are going to honor it. Together, we will walk through 5 quiet signs, arranged from the softest to the loudest, and we will do it with love, not fear. Sign 1 is the gentlest of all. He asks about the house before he ever asks about you. How many bedrooms does it have? Is it paid off? What are homes worth in your neighborhood now? He wants the shape of your rooms long before he learns what makes you laugh or what still makes you cry. Picture it. He walks in and his eyes warm up at your kitchen more than they warm up at you. He runs his hand along the counter like he is already home. A man who wants your heart is curious about you. A man who wants your home is curious about the square footage. So let me ask you something, my friend. Think of the last time a man showed real interest in you. Did he ask about you? About your days, your children, your joys? Or did he ask about what you own? Sign 2 is quieter still because it dresses itself up as romance. Far too soon, before he has truly earned a place in your life, he brings up putting his name on the deed. He says it so sweetly. So you're protected, he tells you. So you'll never have to worry. But hear me now. A man who truly loves you protects your independence. He does not seek access to it. Real love guards what is yours and asks for nothing that isn't freely given. Your home is yours. Your worth is yours. And a good man will only ever want to add to that, never quietly write himself into it. But the next sign is quieter still, and it hides inside kindness itself. It is the man who is always welcome at your table, yet somehow never carries his share of it. It is the gentlest kind of taken, because it wears the face of closeness. He's always there for supper, always comfortable in your chair, always happy to let you cook. But watch who clears the table when the meal is done. Watch who stands at the sink alone while he settles deeper into the couch. His own home has a leaky tap he never quite fixes. His own bills sit unpaid while yours get stretched to cover one more mouth. His broken step, his overdue repair, somehow drift onto your list, your worry, your money. And all the while his little visits get longer. A weekend becomes a week becomes, well, most of the month. His contribution stays small and smaller still. Here is the quiet truth of it. Love shares the weight. A man who cares about you notices when you're tired and picks up the other end of the load. So sit with a plain question, without hardening your heart against him. In this house, who is being cared for and who is being used up? You can ask that gently. You can ask it and still love him. But you do need to ask it. And let me pause with you right here, because we are in the middle of this now, and I do not want to just talk at you. Tell me in the comments, my friend, how old are you? And which of these signs made your stomach tighten just now? That little tightening, that quiet knowing in your chest is not bitterness. It is wisdom, and I would love to hear yours. We learn from one another. And if this is the kind of honest company you want, the loving and the plain-spoken kind, take a moment and subscribe. Now, to the fourth sign, and this one moves fast, too fast. He's in a hurry for the future, moving in, marrying, merging accounts, all of it and all at once. He talks about your name side by side on paper before you have even finished learning how he takes his coffee. And it feels like passion, doesn't it? It feels like being wanted again. But listen for the other half of the sound. The moment the talk turns to his money, his house, what he actually brings to the table, watch how the words go soft and cloudy. He gets vague. He changes the subject. He gets a little uneasy, fast and clear about your savings, slow and foggy about his own. There is the pattern, plain as day. Speed on your assets, fog on his. When you see that mismatch, it is telling you something, and you already know what. So let me hand you your right. You're allowed to slow the whole thing down. You're allowed to ask plain, simple questions and wait for plain, simple answers. Your kindness is a gift, not a service anyone is owed. A man with nothing to hide will not fog over. And then comes the loudest sign of all, the one that reveals everything the other four only hinted at, not something he says. The way his warmth changes the moment you calmly say the word no. So watch him, not his words, his face, his shoulders, the little pause before he answers. Because when you calmly say no, the whole performance falls away, and what is left is the real man. Say it plainly, the way only a woman our age can. The deed stays in your name. Your savings stay your own. There is no rush to move in, no hurry to marry, no merging of anything until you're good and ready. Say it kindly. Say it without a trembling voice, and then simply watch. Here's the fork in the road, and it is a wide one. A good man hears your boundary and loves you anyway. It does not wound him. He nods. Maybe he even smiles, because your independence was never a threat to him. He wanted your company, not your keys. But a man who has quietly measured your home hears something else entirely. He hears a door closing on his plan. And oh, the ways that closing door can show on a face. The warmth cools. He goes quiet. That cold little silence meant to make you feel unkind for daring to protect what is yours. Or the guilt begins soft at first. After all I have done for you. Or the pressure, the sulking, the wounded looks over dinner. I'm not asking you to hate him for it. I'm asking you to read it. Just read it. The way you would read the weather before a long walk. Because this is where the earlier questions finally answer themselves. Remember how he asked about the deed so soon, all dressed up as romance? Remember how fast he moved on your money, and how the fog rolled in whenever the talk turned to his? Your quiet no is the wind that clears that fog. It forces the truth into the open, and the truth was always in your chest, wasn't it? That small doubt you kept hushing. It was never bitterness. It was wisdom, and it was right the whole time. Let me say something to you gently because it matters. You're allowed to say a peaceful no without apologizing. That is your right, not a cruelty, not coldness. It is self-respect wearing its Sunday clothes, and his response to it is the whole answer. The no is not the test you set for him. It is simply the light that shows you who was already there. And hear me now, because I would never want to leave you suspicious of every kind man who crosses your path. Many men are good and true. Many would honor your name on that deed and never blink. Your open heart is a beautiful thing, a gift you give freely. It is just not a service anyone is owed. So let this be the truth you carry out the door with you. Your home is yours. Your worth is yours. A man worth keeping will only ever want to add to your peace, never quietly move into it. You can love with your eyes open. You can keep what you built. You can walk into your own warm home at dusk, alone and utterly at peace, and know you were never fooled. You're stronger and wiser than you know, and that quiet knowing in your chest has always been right.